Hey guys, how are you? Hope you're all doing very well. This evening I'm going to be doing a review of a crime drama from Belgium, spoken in the French language, English subs, released in the year 2008, directed by Malcry Metri, and this movie is called JCVD. So JCVD, Jean-Claude Van Damme, is basically about him playing himself, and he is in Belgium, and he is really struggling to make ends meet now because he is in debt. Some of his films haven't really gone as well as he'd like them. His daughter, he's in a battle for custody with his daughter. People are saying that the movies he's starring in were a bad influence on her. So everything is going really downhill for Jean-Claude. So one day he is going to the bank, and all of a sudden his life is about to get even worse when a gang of robbers take over the bank. They hold JCVD along with some others hostage. Now, when the media get wind of this, they go to the scene of the crime and they start to suspect that maybe Jean-Claude Van Damme is actually one of the robbers. He's one of the culprits, but in fact he is a hostage, and he has to try and prove he's a hostage, and at the same time he is going to really have to face his inner demons and come to terms with who he is. So that's all I'm going to give you on the synopsis. If you want to know more, please go out there and see this film for yourself. Now, my thoughts on JCVD. I was really surprised with JCVD, just for the simple fact that I didn't know Jean-Claude Van Damme could act. Now, when it comes to films, you know, Jean-Claude Van Damme, much the same as Arnold Schwarzenegger, you got Steven Seagal, Sylvester Stallone, Dolph Lundgren, all these actors that are typecast as the guy that could just take down a whole army by themselves. They're not known for their acting talent. They're not going to win any Oscar awards for best leading performance. It's all about muscle. It's all about, you know, killing people, and it's just we deem them as action heroes. We deem them as almost inhuman, and that they don't have any emotion, and that that's who they are, and that's why we like them. You know, they don't pretend to be anything that they're not. And so when you can kind of see a film that is so exaggerated, you don't care about the acting, you don't notice it. So when a film like this comes along, you start to think to yourself, well, Jean-Claude Van Damme, it's a movie about he's playing himself, and it's just going to be a typical Jean-Claude Van Damme film, but it's complete opposite. And this shows you just how good Jean-Claude Van Damme can actually act. Now, a film very recently that a lot of people are saying the same sort of thing is about Arnold Schwarzenegger in Maggie, in that he is playing a much more subdued role, he's playing a much more authentic role, he's not shooting everybody every 5 seconds. And Jean-Claude Van Damme is exactly the same in this film, and I thought his acting performance was incredible. I was not expecting it, and that's what makes the film as good as it actually is. He plays himself. It almost feels like a biography trapped within an entertaining film. So it's not supposed to be a realistic portrayal of him himself, but you can start to feel that maybe some attributes from his personal life are starting to get through. He's kind of telling you about how he's sick of being typecast as this action hero, that everybody labels him as just, you know, someone who stars in violent films, but then he starts to break down as a person. You start to suspect that this guy has feelings. He's not the invincible superhero that everybody knows him as, and that in real life it's a lot different, that he is not the big guy. He is the guy that is just like everybody else, and that he has emotion, and that he feels that he has to keep this facade up in order to keep his name going, in order to be a success in the business. And he's getting tired of it. At the start of the film, he's acting in this film, and he's just getting tired of just killing all these people, and he wants to do something different with his life. He feels that his life's empty, and that he can't achieve what he wants to achieve, and so he feels like a failure. And when he starts to break down in a monologue about 3/4 of the way into the film, you start to think, whoa, this guy is actually really good, and it's a pity that he didn't get to showcase his talents early on. So you sense a little bit of the frustration in his character. It could be authentic, the frustration at his life, and that, you know, as I said, the typecast and the continuous sort of same character in just a different type of movie. And so apart from the fact that Jean-Claude Van Damme was absolutely fantastic, I thought the cinematography was great. It was actually a funny film, but it was a very dark humour film, so it's very dreary. It feels like the whole life of the whole film has been sucked out. It's not really a happy type of movie, but it's an entertaining film as well. There's a little bit of action in there, but I was thankful to see that Jean-Claude Van Damme, he doesn't, you know, play the action superstar in the film. He's not the one that saves the day. He's not the one that's going to shoot everybody. And it actually makes fun of that a little bit as well. There's a dream sequence where he's actually doing it, and I actually laughed a lot. And I thought that was just a good way to kind of make fun of his previous work. And then you've got the villain, who was really menacing, but they were very subdued. So it's not like an action film to the point where you've got Rambo or, you know, a Jean-Claude, you know, no retreat, no surrender type of film. It is a realistic sort of film that plays on the action sort of stereotypes, the typecasts, and yeah, just I would highly recommend this movie to anybody who's a fan of Jean-Claude Van Damme, because you'll be blown away by how good this guy can actually act, and it's the first time he really showcases his talents, and I just thought this was a very fascinating film. The script was really well done. Good to see him back in his native Belgium, speaking his native language, and the ending was really good as well. So, but that monologue, about 3/4 of the way in the film, will really open your eyes at how good this guy can be and how authentic his emotions were. And I just thought, yeah, JCVD is a film that a lot of more people should watch. Yeah, overall for JCVD, great acting, great cinematography, a great story, very simplistic but does it well. And overall, I'm going to give this movie 4 stars. It's coming, highly recommended. Alright guys, that's my review. Hope you enjoyed it. Till next time, keep watching movies, and I will see you guys later. Bye.